All right, guys, today we are going to read the following article, The Lost Girls of Sudan by Isabel Matheson. While I am reading this article, slash, we are reading this article together, you are going to take note of any ideas or topics that you see come up multiple times in the article. When you get to class today, you will be discussing central idea. So you want to have some topics or ideas of what that is when you walk into your synchronous class. So we're going to begin reading. Just before the entrance of Kumaka refugee camp in the desert of northern Kenya, a billboard proclaims, "Women's rights are human rights." But across the barrier in the hot, teeming warren of huts and dust roads, 17-year-old Grace Anthon has not seen much evidence of this slogan being put into practice. In her foster mother's compound, she picks through beans, sifting out dirt, preparing lunch. She lists her chores: cooking, cleaning, washing, fetching water for the distant standpipe, looking after her guardian's children. In other words, she is an unpaid servant. Grace and thousands of other Sudanese children, most of them boys, staggered out of their war-torn homeland to Kenya in 1992. They had an extraordinary story to tell. After their parents had been killed or lost in the mayhem of the civil war in southern Sudan, the children spent years wandering through conflict and famine, dodging armies, militias, and animal predators, seeking a place of safety. New Start. It was an epic march which captured the attention of the world. But while many of the boys, who became known as the Lost Boys, were resettled in the United States, the girls' claim for equal treatment was overlooked. "Why not the girls?" Grace asked. "I would have liked the chance to go abroad. You can be free there, free to work, free to study." Few had thought to inquire about the fate of the lost girls. Although an estimated 3,000 arrived in Kumaka in 1992, most have simply vanished from official records. We find Aiden at school in Kumaka listening to a lesson on human rights, a tall, striking young woman. Aiden would like to continue her education, but at 18, she feels time is running out. "The problem is that my foster parents could find a rich man and then they will marry me off. Even if I don't want to go, they will insist." The boys and girls were separated as soon as they arrived in Kumaka in 1992. Take a second to think about those topics or main ideas that you are seeing pop up in this article. You can go ahead and pause the video, maybe jot something down. All right, valuable brides. The boys were kept together as a group, living in villages within the camp. According to Sudanese customs, the girls were placed with guardians who were supposed to protect them. But many foster parents, it seems, did not have the girls' welfare at heart. In a place where poverty is rampant, young women are a valuable commodity. They can be sold off for a good bride price. When international attention focused on the Lost Boys, the Sudanese community kept the girls away from the limelight. Sudanese leader John Kenyi says the issue of dowries have become a priority to the people who are owning the girls. They see the girls as a way of generating wealth by marrying them or by giving them to someone rich. Refugees workers from international agencies assumed that the girls were safe because they were sheltered by their own people. The assumption has turned out to be wide of the mark. But the head of the UN Refugee Agency in Kumaka, Kofi Mabel, is doubtful that the girls can be helped now. Living in fear. Most no longer meet the strict resettlement criteria demanded by host countries for single unaccompanied minors. We have lost them. They are completely lost, Mr. Marvel says regretfully. They have lost the status of lost girls. Some of them are mothers. They are married. There's nothing I can do or anyone else can do. But it is clear that some of the lost girls continue to suffer greatly. All right, now that we have read that article, in order to prepare for class, you are going to think about some main ideas or main topics that you have seen in this article. So once you go to class, you better have at least one topic that you have seen pop up in this article multiple times.